Have you ever noticed how some businesses seem to grow without chasing, without begging, without constantly reinventing themselves, while others feel like they're always fighting just to stay visible? You look at them and wonder, what are they doing differently? It's not louder marketing, it's not flashier branding, and it's not shortcuts. The real difference is much simpler and much deeper. When you work genuinely, blesses people, it multiplies. And if you've ever wanted your skill to create momentum instead of pressure, stability instead of chaos, and longevity instead of burnout, today's message will speak directly to you because the skill of your hands was never meant to stop at helping one person. It was designed to grow beyond you when it's stewarded well. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Leavona. Welcome to the Leavona Show. I have been creating and building successful businesses for over 25 years, and I'm here to help you win. If you would like to learn from me, hit that subscribe button now so you can find me later when you need me. Now, let's slow down and talk about what actually creates that kind of growth. The skill of your hands is not small, and it's not accidental. When you use it with care, excellence, and integrity, it becomes a blessing to the people you serve. It solves problems they don't want to carry anymore. It removes stresses from their lives. It gives them peace, relief, confidence, or clarity. And when someone feels genuinely helped, not rushed, not processed, not treated like a number, something meaningful happens inside them. They feel seen. They feel respected. They feel grateful. And that emotional response matters more than most people realize. Because people don't remember every detail of what you did, but they always remember how your work made their life feel easier. That's how the skill of your hands begin to extend beyond the moment itself. And once people feel truly blessed by your work, not impressed, not sold to, not pressured, they begin to share it naturally. They tell their spouse, they tell their friends, they tell the people they care about. They say your name in rooms you will never enter. And understand this, when someone refers you, they are not just recommending a service, they are transferring their trust. They are putting their own reputation on the line because of how well you serve them. That kind of multiplication cannot be forced. It cannot be advertised into existence. It is earned slowly, quietly, and consistently. One good experience leads to another. One satisfied customer becomes two. Two become 10. 10 become a community. This is how momentum is built without desperation. And over time, as that momentum compounds, something even more powerful takes shape: your reputation. Your reputation is your most important asset, more valuable than marketing, more powerful than pricing, stronger than any strategy or campaign. Your reputation is the story people tell about you when you're not in the room. It's the collective memory of how you serve, how you show up, and how you treat people when it matters most. And when that story is built on consistency, honesty, and excellence, it creates longevity. It carries your business through slow seasons. It stabilizes growth when things get unpredictable. It protects you when mistakes happen. Hype fades. Shortcuts collapse. Trends move on, but a good name grows stronger with time. And if longevity is what you want, if you want your work to last, your business to endure, and your impact to grow beyond your own effort, then reputation must be protected like treasure. So here is the thought I want to leave with you today. When you honor the skill of your hands and use it to truly bless others, multiplication follows naturally. Serve with intention. Stay patient with the process. Protect your reputation fiercely. And if you remain faithful long enough, what you build wouldn't grow, it will last. It wouldn't just grow, it will last. Thank you, my friends. How are you doing today? Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. How was your day? I hope you had a nice, peaceful day. I hope it reflects the one that I had. Now, the takeaway of this, the first part of our program today, is that if we stay focused, if we stay giving people the best we can give them, right? Momentum will come. Momentum will start to roll. My husband years ago showed me an analogy of trading, because that's what he's into, hardcore. And it was snowing really bad outside. And he took some snow in his hand. And he said, with time, you're up at the top of a hill and you have this little ball in your hand and it starts to roll down the hill. He said, trading is like that. It builds momentum and then it goes down and it breaks the wall and you make so much money. But it's not easy to do because you have to read everything on the charts and you have to know what's going on before you commit. All right. And so he said, momentum is like this ball. And he started to make the ball. He made the ball small. And then he started to let the ball roll down the hill, this hilly part of the place where we live. And lo and behold, the ball started to get bigger. It started off slow, but then it started to get bigger and bigger as it gathered more snow as it was coming down. And he said, that is momentum. And so, the whole thing about our program today, the takeaway is that even though things might look slow, even though everybody seems to be doing good and they're moving faster than you, remember, we all have our own time schedule. All of us don't just lie down and die together. The whole world doesn't just pass away together. Some people die today. Some people die next year. Some people will die 10 years from now. It's all a process. And you have to go through the process. Sometimes we can try to make things happen, but it's not written that way. Things have to take their course. And so the takeaway is that I want you to try your best to always be good, be kind, give the customers that 5-star experience we spoke about. And they will keep coming back. Even as I was going over my notes and whatever I prepared myself for tonight, I remember the last experience I had with my mechanic guy again. I had to go to him the other day because the heat started to not work. And you can't do 19 and 20 degrees with no heat. So we went back to him. And I remember how he treated me. He calls me either Rose or Rosa because he says Rosa means rose. And he says, hi, Rosa. And he always treats me with such kindness and gentleness. And every time I leave him, I smile to myself. Now, I have had issues where some of his boys are not the greatest and they fix the car and it breaks and I have to go back and stuff. But the owner of the establishment, such a kind, gentle old man. So keep being gentle. Keep being kind. Let them think about you long after you're gone. in their quiet moments, let an image come back of the smile, of how you stopped and you looked them right in the eye and you made them feel like that experience. I am stopping everything for you right now. This is not about the other people on the line. This is about you. You waited until your turn came. I'm working with you now and I'm not distracted. Talk to me, Rose. What is the matter? Even when he calls me on the phone, there's a distinction, there's a difference. And I always feel my heart smile. So that's what we want to do. We want to make our customers feel their heart smile, and then the momentum will start coming. It will start coming. Okay? So I want to say to you tonight, that if the message resonated with you and you felt that you learned something else, a little piece of nugget that you can put into your little pouch, I want to ask you, if it resonated, that you would give us a thumbs up and you would give us a like. Okay, subscribe if you can, if you will, if you want to. It's all up to you. Okay, so that's the takeaway. Do a good job and momentum will come. It will come. Don't worry about everything that's going on around you. Just stay focused and press on. All right? Okay, guys, at this time, we will move into the next section of the show. It's called the why factor. The why factor is the segment of the show where we remind ourselves through interactive participation. You react with me, I react with you, and we try our best so that we can stay grounded, because nobody says that business or having a business is a walk in the park. There are going to be days where we have a nice, easy day, and there are going to be days when everything seems as though it can fall apart. So we ask ourselves why, we remind ourselves why, and we get fully boosted with our energy, and we say, well, okay, this is why I went in. So I want to ask you tonight to do what we always do, and let's just go through this section and repeat to ourselves, right? It is a psychological booster. It always is, all right? When we do positive, creative things, we just feel that we have a psychological booster. I might come in, you might come in, you might be down, you might be whatever's going on in your life, but then something positive comes and hits you, and it just changes your mindset. And that's what we want to do today. So the why factor keeps us grounded, like the boy in the ocean, and it also gives us the energy booster. So what is the first thing we always say that we're happy for? We're happy for freedom, right? We love to have the freedom to be able to do how we want it, what we want, have the vision, put the vision into, bring it into fruition and watch it grow, right? Freedom. We are the boss. We're in control. No one is standing over our shoulders anymore or talking down to us across the table and telling us, how we suck. Even though we're doing so much, not enough for them. They want more. And as we talk about this tonight and we say freedom is our first thing, I want you to remember your employees. And I want you to remember that because you might have been treated bad, that you must never treat them that way. If they are not doing the work the way you want it, pull them into the office. Don't do a group session and carry on cussing and carrying on that you have to prove something. You don't have to prove anything. It's yours, remember? And no one is standing over your shoulder. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Just be good. Because it would be hypocritical if the customers come in and you're all over them and your staff knows that you just finished cussing them out this morning. You don't want that. Guard the reputation, right? So the next one we want to move on to is the gift in the hand, right? And what we're learning this week is that even though we have this gift in the hand, we have to combine it with some business skills in order to run smoothly, right? We have to combine it so that we have some systems in place that we can monitor things, we can watch things, because we want to be able to go with legacy. Most of us may want to take the option of legacy, right? Because we want to leave something with our children. We don't just want to have a little stand or a little truck, and we don't devise a system that they can come if something were to happen to us and say, well, okay, daddy had this truck here at this particular corner and it did well, but I want to branch out and put another one at the other location. I want to put another location. So you might be more ambitious than dad. Dad was older and dad couldn't take on the strain, but you want to be able to scale it and take it somewhere else. All right, capiche? Okay. So the gift in the hand combined with some beautiful structural systems should help us to scale and go on to several locations, right? These are the food trucks we're talking about as an example. All right. So the next one that we always talk about, people, whether it's a food truck. What else is out there? I see food trucks. We have marketing. It might be a marketing company, whatever it is, whatever the skill is in your hands, designing, making, flyers and banners and what's not for people. There are many places we can go. The skill is in our hands and we decided to use it. And so people are our main asset, because you can have the freedom and you can have the skill in your hand, but you don't know how to wield the sword. And you are not very kind and not very nice to people. People come first. They see the outside looks presentable and everything. They go to your channel and it looks beautiful. You're saying all the right things. But then when they get to know you, you're just a mean, nasty person. You don't want that. You have to give them the 5-star treatment. And like I said, let them keep coming. Okay, guys? Okay. Freedom, the gift in the hand, and people. Do you think that life is precious, guys? If you do, you can say life is precious in the comments. It's not just for my sake alone, but it's, as I said, it's an encouragement to us that because life is precious, we have to remember that we have this business. We started the business, right? And we have family, and we want to make sure we keep our relations intact. Now, in this section of the show, we do our best to reflect on how precious life is, the connections we have to our spouses, our children, our parents, our cats, and our doggies. We always need to remember to keep our families protected as we build our businesses. And so I just want to ask you to reflect on how it has been with you and the balance you have with the family as you build. And even if you are one of the younger generation, the Gen Zs, I see, like I said, some of you are subscribing and coming in. You might not be married yet, but you have a girlfriend and she might mean something to you, or he might mean something to you. I just want for us to try to not let the business cause our life to deteriorate. It's all about balance. Balance, balance, balance. And like I said last night, we will start and we always have to put a little more into it at the top. But don't go crazy. Don't go crazy where you lose yourself. You went into the business for the business to take you places, but not to consume you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't want the business to consume you. It must not control you. You went in for the freedom and to be able to do all these beautiful things for your community and your society, but don't be consumed, by it. Balance everything. And as I ask you to reflect tonight, just look and see if you're doing it right and if you need to put some checks and balances in certain areas. You know what you want, but you have to know when to stop. Because if you don't stop, things get thrown off. Okay? Selling with integrity and honor. So often we feel that selling, what is selling? Well, why do you even talk about that, Leah? Why do you talk about that, Leavona? Selling is one of the big things that we need to pay focus and pay attention. We have to focus ourselves on that and pay attention to the fact that we have the customers. We did a little bit of marketing here or there. Some people know about us. But if those people come and we do not know how to sell them our products, remember, we're not the only one in the marketplace. For those of you who are in the marketplace, you know how competitive it is. For those of us who have brick and mortar, you might be on a block that has several businesses that are of the same kind like you. And the only way that you're going to stand out is that you have to be able to sell differently than your peers around you are doing. Selling is important because even if they come and they walk in, they always sample other things. It's like how you watch them in the mall. We wonder, right? There are many, many clothing stores, many, many choices. And we hope this system never changes, because when we have choices, it prevents some bully from taking the market and claiming it for themselves. When there are many of us, the prices are kept lower. So it's a good thing. But you have to find your skill to be able to get them to walk into your store. They have wandered from one side of the mall to the next. And they're going in and they're watching and they're comparing. And you have to know how to sell. You have to know when they walk through the door that the experience has to be different from what they got from all the other stores. Can you go back in your mind's eye and see what I'm trying to say here? When we go to the mall, we walk from store to store. We know that we came for something, or we're looking for a gift or 2 or 3 for the nephews and the nieces for Christmas. And we're going to know when we find the right place that we want to support. Even though they're all there and they're all the same kinds. Something will impress you so much that you say, you know what? This is my place. And that's what you want people to say when they come into your store. It's Christmas time now. Nice, soft music. The doors are clean. Your staff is welcoming. It's not a fake smile, like a mask on their face. They're patient. People watch how the previous customer in front of them was treated. They see everything. They make a choice as to who is going to have their money. Let it be you. 5-star treatment all the way. Set up the atmosphere. Set it up right. Selling with integrity and honor. Always making sure that you give them the best. And if there is a discount, let it be a real discount. I have found in some stores, they would say 50% off, 30% off. But there was some dishonesty there. In their minds, they raise it so that when they say 50%, they got what it was originally going for last week. If you say that it's going to be 50%, 30%, let it be so. Let it be that, because you're saying 30% of what last week's price was, not where you just jacked it up so you can say it's 50%. Be honest. All right? Selling with integrity and honor. It is important. These things follow each other. It is important that we do honesty and integrity, because then in our hearts, we want to be mentally fit entrepreneurs. We don't want to have baggage, right? We don't want to have baggage following us into our bedrooms. When we take off our clothes, we have our shower, we crawl in the bed, we're tossing and turning up and down. We can't sleep. The things that mess us up and mess up our minds is when we sell out. And you might say, well, how do you sell out? You sell out. You see everybody cheating. Everybody cheating in the marketplace. They're saying 2 minutes ago, 1 minute ago. They put some headline and you're drawn in. Oh yeah? Trump got arrested? Well, when was this? I didn't hear this. I haven't been on the internet all day. Why did they arrest my president? And you go in and you're listening and you're listening. And they're talking all kind of fought, but you can't find nothing that said Trump is arrested. What do you think will happen there, guys? I'm going to be so annoyed that you wasted 10 minutes of my time as I'm looking to see if Trump got arrested. J.D. Vance having an affair with Erica? What is wrong with people? And I'm looking to see what they say about Usha. Oh, Usha knew. And Usha did not reveal it to anybody. Huh? What nonsense is this? Why, guys? Why do we have to bait and switch? Because that's selling out. In this internet game, you get subscribers, you get view time, you get more flyers, you get seen by more people. So who gives a crap? I'm going to do like the Joneses, and I'm going to get me some views tonight. But you know what happens after a while? People like me, I'll go back into my subscription section and I start canceling you behind. Get lost, you lying dog. And when I see your name pops up on my screen, I said, whatever. Fake. Fake, fake, fake. Next. Reputation, man. Don't sell out. The race is not for the swift, but for those who can endure to the end. Things that mess up our mind. Suddenly you wake up one morning, and let me tell you, after a while, the reputation, it spreads. I know somebody who was out there killing it. Killing it. They talk about how they're Christians, and they lure us Christians in. And then they start cussing. Pressure of the work keeps them so I guess whatever is in you has to come out. The Bible says, out of the abundance of a man's heart, his mouth is going to speak. So you could pretend that you're a Christian all you want and something jar you, and then, oops, out comes the mother F. And after a while, you're pushing that junk down my throat as though I should accept it too. No, I ain't. Next. Do not overwork yourself. The things that mess our minds. Overworking causes us to not have enough rest for the body to do its work. We're supposed to lay down at night and sleep. And those little guys, I tell you, love the cells that you have in your body, because they have been assigned to take good care of you. But they need you on your bed, lying prone, sleeping, whatever, gone somewhere, wherever God takes us. Let those guys work. Let them drain the excess water out of our cells. Let them perform their miracles while we sleep. Have you ever noticed sometimes you feel all bloated and you go to bed? You take your nice whatever you need, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, wake up in the morning. Where's that belly? What happened? And you didn't go to the bathroom. They just distribute the water somewhere else. Amazing, fascinating stuff happens. Do not overwork. Lay down and give your heart time to calm down. And I tell you that I notice it with myself. I would go sometimes in here as it comes into the holidays and stuff. I would go and go. I work out there in the logistics, and then I come in and crap, I got to get this stuff done. It's running away from me. And I don't feel that my heart is racing. I just keep pushing. And then when I might get a feeling, a sudden little shift, I say, you know what? I'm done for the night. I'll pick up where I left off tomorrow. My husband said, he was complaining yesterday morning. He said, you took out a box of snakes and the ladders and some other dominoes, and it was right in my path, Leah. I didn't see it and I stumbled. I said, oops, I'm sorry. Because why? I felt that something was off. My body shifted. And I said, enough of this crap. I ain't falling out of here for no Christmas decorations. And whatever I was working with, I just left it there. Hey, I put it in the corner of a table. He's going to go around the table and stump his toe. That ain't my fault. He's telling me off. And I'm just, I'm so sorry. I shut my mouth, because when they get annoyed with us, it doesn't matter what you say. The man stumped his toe, and that's all the man know. The man and he was running late for work too. So he was not in a good mood. I knew to step back and leave that man alone, you see. I said, I'm so sorry. I just stopped the work right there. It wasn't in place yet. I was working on finding a good place for it. Silence. Not interested. He just concerned about the fact that he stumped his toe. Stress. Stress comes from us overworking, because if we don't sleep, a lot of things happen and we start snapping at each other. We snap at people, we snap at our loved ones. And most times our loved ones get the brunt of it, They get the brunt of it. Because we try our best to be nice to people outside, but we feel like if our families are our punching bags and they can take everything. So let's just watch stress, that we do not take it out on them. And no matter what happens, in one of my videos, I told you that you mustn't let, don't be angry. Be angry and sin not, and don't let the sun go down on your wrath. We can get angry. The Bible gives us the freedom to be angry, but don't sin. And we can't let the sun go down on our wrath, because what happens if we go to bed and we lay down and we don't get up? We didn't fix it. And now your family have to live with that. We had this big breakaway. And I never got to tell him that I was sorry, or tell her that I didn't mean it like that. So let's watch that. Pressure in the body, pressure in having pressure from outside forces, things about the business, things not going right? It just tells a toll. It takes more when you don't get sleep. So watch all these things. Impatience, right? Just watch them every single day. You have to watch them and guard yourself. Will we always get a smooth day where we succeed? Not really. Some days will be harder, but I try my best to have my mindset positioned in such a way that at the end of the day, I feel like I've done my utmost best to maintain calm and peace and reverence within myself. I want my body not to be under stress, not to be under pressure. And then all the other things that come from those things, if they were allowed to manifest and to take root in me, would bring impatience and all this stuff. So let's guard our health, and let us be the mentally fit entrepreneur, fully rounded, knowing how to recognize when we see stressors coming, knowing that we have to step back from it, knowing that we might have to change the mindset and the way we're thinking to overcome the crap that's coming, right? So always stay on your guard. Okay, guys? All right. My husband always loves always to remind me that in every section that we do, that we always have to bring it back to the theme of the message. And I'm going to say that the overall theme is that we have to be patient, we have to be kind, we have to take care of the customers, and we cannot watch other people's progress and judge ourselves and feel, well, why? Why can't I be like them? Why can't my business grow like them? Why are they flying ahead of me? You have to remember that everything has a, what is the word? It's like you plant the seed, right? And it has to germinate. And many times we allow ourselves to get jealous or to watch with envy the other person, but they were there before you, weren't they? And even if they weren't there before you, we are taught, as our parents taught us, that we are not to envy anybody because we don't know what they did to get what they have. Your time will come. Your momentum will grow. You just have to be good. Continue to work hard. Continue to do the 5-star treatment for the customers who come across your path, and your momentum will pick up. It will pick up. It always does. God promises us that He will bless the work of our hands. You just have to wait for it. Every day you get up and you thank Him and you say, I don't know what you're going to give me today, but whatsoever you give me, I will praise you for it. And I thank you. The most important thing is that we have our health. We have health, we have strength. If we have that, we keep on keeping on. We forge. And one day the wall is going to break. Okay? Questions and comments? It's all on you. It's all on you. Reminder that the program starts at 8. Thank you for those of you who had to bear with us saying 8, and we would come on at 8. I remember some nights we would get on at 8:14. But do you see? Time heals all wounds. Iterations perfects everything. And with time, you could actually see the improvement from the first day that I came back on after being away for years to where I am now. And that is the method I want you to use. Don't look at Tom. Don't look at Harry. You just look at you. Focus on your little patch that you have and work it. And then when you grow, you move on and you add a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. One day at a time, praising God for what you have and trusting Him for your growth and your increase. Okay? We're going to come on every day by His grace at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be here Monday through Friday. Okay, guys? And I did not feel in my spirit that I had to, urge you guys to stay with me. I am assuming that you did. Okay? We are going to also let you know that come February, we're going to start teaching you our exceptional seller's mindset. We're going to release that program to you. It's going to be live training that you don't have to pay anything. You just have to show up and be there or be square. All right, guys. So once again, another day is behind us. We praise God for sparing our lives. Some people didn't make it, And so we praise Him. I thank you for becoming a part of my family, becoming a part of our community here. For all of you who have subscribed, I thank God for you. And I just want you to know that you are my family, so I will continue to pray for you. And I ask you to pray for me. I pray, God, tonight that He will open up His windows of heaven and shower blessings upon our businesses, and that we will see the progress, we will see the momentum, and we will have no choice but to open up our mouths and say, had it not been for God, I would not have had this increase. I would not have been able to grow this big. At the end of the day, that we would be able to praise Him and not let anyone else get His glory. So let's continue to trust Him. Let's continue to wait. And we trust Him that He will come when we need Him and that He will prosper us. You see, when He prospers us, we don't have to worry that it's going to break. It's just going to continue to run with consistency. Okay, guys? Pray for you. You pray for me. Hug your family. Love your family. Cherish your family. They are even more important than any business that you have, any money in the bank. Put them first. God first, your marriage second, and your unit, and everything else, the business and everything else after. All right? Have a pleasant evening. Sleep well. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night, by God's grace. Now, you be there now. Don't make me come here and hang out by my all lonesome. Be there or be square. God bless you and good night.